Hey hoop nerds, Sarah the Vegan Hooper here. I just wanted to wish you a happy new year before I begin this video. This will be part one of a mini series on how to make your twin tech more 360. So there's wall plane where we do most of our tricks, and there's wheel plane where we do our flowers and our caps. So for most of my spinning with twins, I'm either standing in place or I turn to the side. I want this year to be able to move around with my flow, to be able to dance with my twins, okay? So I want to be able to spin around more, okay? So for this part one, I will be talking about barrel rolls with twins, okay? So part one is barrel rolls. So a barrel roll, if you do not know, is an inside grip. You want to keep the hoop isolated while you turn with the hoop, and when you can't go any further because of your elbow, you stick your head through the little square and continue the barrel roll, trying to keep the hoop isolated as possible. And it looks really beautiful, especially if you do it fast. So these will be a few different ideas I have with barrel rolls. Now, just so you know, I might even put it up on the screen. So there is you standing. If you turn to the side, which is wheel plane, you are going 90 degrees. If you turn to the back, you are at 180. If you turn to the other side, you are at 270 degree turn. And if you turn all the way back to start, that is a 360. So some of these moves you will be able to completely do a 360. Some of them will be a 180. So I will put that on the screen for you so that you know. If it is a 180, so half of a turn, you could do the move twice, or you could, hip hop with your back to the audience for a little bit. I like doing my hug weaves with my back turned because it looks really cool. So anyways, my nose is running. It is winter time in Western New York, and I cannot hoop with a jacket on, so I layered up. So hopefully I can do this with gloves on. Anyways, with no further ado, if you have a set of twin hoops and you are having a beautiful day, then let's jump right into the mini series part one, barrel rolls. Okay, so to begin our barrel roll with twins, the first thing I want to show you is basically the most simplest. We're going to have our hands stacked. One hoop is going to have an inside grip. My right hand will have an outside grip. The hoop with the inside grip will be on top, and I will put it on top of my other hand so that my knuckles are flush, okay? So now I have this cool stacked look. What I'm going to do is, with the hoop on top, I am going to do a barrel roll, okay? So whatever way I am turning, that is the way my hand is going to move, okay? So I wouldn't turn to the right while my hand goes up to the left, okay? I want my hoop to go up to the right the same way I'm turning. Now this will be a 360 move, but of course you can use it in 90 degree, 180, whatever floats your boat. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a simple barrel roll with the hoop on top, keeping our hands connected the whole time, and turn. This is an easy way to get wherever you want. Okay, so this next move I have a tutorial for. It's a barrel roll with a wrist twist. What I'm going to do is have an inside grip on both hoops. My thumbs will be pointing up. I'm going to fold one hoop down and fold the hoop again up, okay? So that my wrist is facing, my right wrist, which is doing the fold, will be facing forward, facing my belly, facing forward again. And all I am doing is a bottom isolation with the hoop that is framing my face, okay? So I stand in place for this. Now I'm going to turn towards my hands while I barrel roll the hoop that is framing me, and I wrist twist so that my wrist is facing you, wrist is facing back, wrist is facing you again, and of course I can do it over and over again. So we have the church bells going now. This next move is very fun to do. What we're gonna do is a barrel roll with our left hand while our right hand does a linear isolation or a cat eye or an iso pop with the drag, okay? While the other hand is doing a barrel roll. So what I'm going to do is start with my hoops together, inside grip, thumbs pointing up. I am going to isolate the hoop that is framing me, which is my left hand, isolate down, half of the isolation, while I push my right hoop in front of me to begin the linear isolation, okay? So I'm not moving while I'm doing this. Then I'm going to turn to the side where my hands are, so the left side. I'm making a 90-degree turn. I want to turn to the back, so I'm not doing anything for a moment. When I turn to the back, I am going to continue this barrel roll with the hoop that is framing me, and the linear isolation is going to either roll on the back of my thumb and catch it with an inside grip, or I am going to turn from an inside grip to an outside grip and push the hoop in front of me with an outside grip, okay? So barrel roll, and I guess you can begin your 90-degree turn while you do this part, and then turn to the back, 180, turn to the side, back to start. Okay, my fingers are starting to freeze. But on to the next move. This will be a barrel roll versus a anti-spin flower while turning, okay? So there's no grip switches, no thumbs in or anything when you do it on wall plate. But when you begin to turn with it, down, up, thumb in, grab, thumb in, down, okay? I learned this one from Lean Illusions on Instagram. She actually taught me to do the finger switch on the bottom, but I forget how to do it. So if you know how to do, how to turn with your flowers, then this will be another cool way. So my left hand will be doing the barrel roll while my right hand does the petals to the anti-spin iso flower, okay? So we'll be turning to our left side, inside grip, thumb pointing up, wrists together. We'll do the bottom petal, turn 90 degrees, side petal, and then when we go to do the top petal, we'll turn completely 180 with our thumb switch. Okay? Then our side petal to the right will turn 270 degrees, and then last petal will be on the bottom. And with a nice clean barrel roll, it looks really pretty. This one's a little different. This will only be a 180 turn, okay? So if you want to completely turn around, I wouldn't do this move, okay? So we're gonna start with the hoops at our side. We are on wheel plane like we are doing our caps, okay? Both hands are in the same spot. We have an inside grip, thumbs pointing up, okay? What I'm going to do is isolate my left hoop. I'm turning towards my forward hoop, okay? So my left hoop is just going to do half of the bottom of the isolation. My right hand is going to do the top of an isolation without the hand roll. So you're just isolating the top of it while you turn. And when you end, your elbows will be across from each other. Your hands will be stacked. And then to go back, just isolate the opposite way. So this is a 180 turn, okay? And it's quite fun. You could do a lot of stuff with that as well, and that's definitely right up my alley. I have no mirror and my hands are frozen, so you really want to keep the hoops perpendicular from each other, right across, parallel, and keep your ISO, path of isolations very clean, okay? So now we're gonna get into 2 hoops, 1 hand, the Osho Grip, which I have a tutorial for beginner hoop moves. The Osho Grip is when the hoops are layered on top of each other in your hand, okay? This is the starting point to your hand switches or your tosses. Oh, I don't want to break my polypros. So I have my right hoop in front of my left hoop and I have a nice tight grip on them. Let's see what we could do with these. What I want to do is, because this is the barrel roll segment, I want to just try to keep my front hoop, which is my right hoop, nice and clean of an isolation while I turn towards my hand. It's tough at first because you have 2 hoops in 1 hand, but that'll free you up to do whatever you want. Now this is a 360 move, but like I said, you could stop wherever you want. This move is also the Osho Grip. It is a 180 turn. So if you want to completely make a 360, you will have to do this move twice. I first saw Universal Balance do this on Instagram. I'm going to begin with my right hoop framing me, the hoop that's in front of your hand, with my arm stretched out across from me. I'm going to isolate down and then smear my front hoop. Looks like this. Isn't that pretty? Alright guys, so I have one last idea to make your flow 360 with barrel rolls. What I'm going to do here is the layered effect where both hoops are on top of each other, okay? So you can start any which way you want. I'm going to start with both hoops in an inside grip, rest one hoop on top of each other, and simply barrel roll with both of them. So this is a simple one that I seem to use a lot. It feels cool, it looks cool, especially when you whip it out of nowhere and completely turn. You could do a 180, a 360, whatever floats your boat, okay? So you could be in the back, or you can completely turn around. And when you turn, if you keep the hoops on your back, so the hoops are touching my lower back, I know that it is going to be a clean roll. So that's it for part 1 of my Making Flow 360 with twin hoops. Part 1, of course, was barrel rolls. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you can use some of these ideas to turn not only from wall plane to wheel plane, but all the way around. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or want to learn anything, please leave a comment in the comment box, or you can tag me on Instagram. Come find me there. I am Miss Maynard Keenan. I would love to hear from you. I am obsessed. These hoops are from Festival Treasures. Use my code VEGANHOOPER for 10% off of your purchase. And I cannot wait to film part 2. Yeah, I hope that you guys have a Merry New Year. I hope it is filled with lots of blessings and joy, and I hope that you spin your little tushes off. All right, guys, God bless you. Peace out, Hoop Nerds. Mwah.